Well, that was me at Yellow Springs trying to drink there from that spring. I was hoping that it had some sort of fountain of youth qualities, but apparently it did not. So anyway, I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to do a quick album review. Unfortunately, I don't have an album. I have a CD of it because it was just cheaper and I had a limited budget at the time. So this is from singer-songwriter, guitarist extraordinaire from Australia, Orianthi. Now, some of you might not be familiar with this particular artist. She has played with Michael Jackson, Carlos Santana, Alice Cooper, Richie Sambora, who she was actually in a relationship with for a few years, and they did some work together, did an album together. But she has her own solo career, and she has for quite a few years now. She hasn't put out that many studio albums for the amount of time that she's been around, but compared to the way artists are today, not really that bad. She has 4 studio albums. She is blues rock, a little more heavy on the rock than the blues, I would say. Kind of a combination of, I don't know, Robin Trower, Lita Ford, a little bit of Hailstorm thrown in there for the modern touch. Not so much the vocals of Hailstorm, but the music. Anyway, what we're talking about is her latest release, which is called Live from Hollywood. And just as it says, it's a live album. This was recorded this last January at the Whiskey A Go-Go. And it's a pretty good representation of her 4 studio albums. Kind of a little heavy on the last album, which is okay. It was called O. Now, all these songs are written by her, except for the song According to You, which was an early hit of hers. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really sound like a lot of the other songs that she does. I think it's a pretty good album. I like the fact that it sounds very much like a live album. You can hear the guitar squealing a couple times, as far as getting like a little feedback, not the kind of feedback that you're supposed to have, but, just on stage feedback there. So that's pretty cool. There's a couple slightly rough spots on there, but not very many. I mean, it's pretty smooth. She's an excellent guitar player, pretty decent singer. Some of my highlights on this particular album would be Sinner's Hymn, Blow, and You Don't Want to Know. Those are all strong tracks that I would maybe listen to one of those if you kind of want to get a feel for the album before you buy it. If you're interested in it, I would recommend it. It ends with a slow blues number called How Do You Sleep, which is pretty cool. And as you might guess, it ends with a pretty strong guitar outro on it. Like I said, very good guitar player. Uses a lot of wah-wah pedal throughout this album. Does a good job of that. So maybe if you're not familiar with this particular artist, you might want to pick this up. Like I said, it's be a good starting point. She does have a new studio album that will be coming out later this year, so that's something to look forward to. And this also actually comes with a DVD, so it's a pretty good bargain, I think, because it's pretty much the price of a regular CD. But like I said, you get the DVD in it. It's got a nice little booklet in here with like rehearsal pictures and then concert pictures and whatnot. I won't show you all of it. You get the idea. But Orianthi, Live from Hollywood, off of Frontier Records, and it's out now. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.